Good morning.
How are you today?
Hey, I'm well this morning. It's been busy across the street already. Good morning. Nice to see you again.
How you doing?
I'm well. Hi, my name is Amber Conley.
Michelle Office.
Hi, I am the administrator for Children's Services and the assistant director.
Okay,
Uh,
very nice.
Nice to meet you.
Well, good morning, Amber.
Good morning.
Just to let you know, we do have, as you know, Michelle's here. She's a visitor here, and she's videotaping everything that we have here today. So just to make you aware of that. So how are you today?
We've been busy, like I said, this morning already. I've been on the phone with lots of county folks this morning. So, but I'm doing well.
Okay. Is there anything that we need to discuss here under executive session?
I would respectfully request that we move into an executive session.
With that, I will make a move that we go into executive session. Personnel matters, G1.
Revised code 121.22 G1. I second that for personnel matters.
All right, roll call, Fred,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
can I get time, please?
I'm gonna see the clock.
It is 9:32.
Thank you.
I am asking that you wait.
Getting the ball straight so far. So
Well, that's good.
don't cause us to go on a
My intent is not to do that. So.
we're trying to hit it straight. We'll wait until we get some shit.
No problem.
Also, just as a common courtesy while press is here, and also to Michelle, because a candidate is taken. So,
I'm just videoing.
Oh, no problem. Do I get to, am I gonna be like a social media all-star now? Is that-
Depends on the
Celebrity?
content.
I don't think I have anything exciting enough for that, but never know, right? I'll have to look myself up on YouTube and see if I make it big.
there you go.
Well, here you go. You got a card, you can
Awesome.
check out the video.
I will, all right, thank you.
It takes me a minute to get them posted, so.
So now are you coaching football?
Yeah, we were just talking about that outside. I was complaining about the 90-degree heat in September, but I'm gonna do that, and then in a couple weeks, when it gets to 50, I'll be saying, it's too cold.
Where are we at?
Now we're doing 4th and 5th grade. We had our first game Sunday, so they've been practicing for a long time, because they couldn't find anyone to play the previous week. And we played Marion Pleasant, and it was a really good football game for that age.
Good. Now we see your age, in baseball, he was how old?
5th grade.
5th grade.
Yeah,
Fifth.
yeah, 5th grade, so this is his first year at tackle.
Okay.
All right.
I think we're all set then. Josh, welcome aboard.
Well, thank you for having me. I didn't have anything specific, just thought maybe a general update on some of the things that are happening in the world of community action. The most appropriate place to start is public transit.
Yeah.
We are up and running, and I know you've all seen our rolling billboards for our
Yeah.
public transit program,
Yeah,
as
a
I
lot.
like to call them.
A lot of buses going by my house.
Yeah, that's that's good, that means we're moving people.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what you are, I see you up and down the road all the time, Josh.
That's great, that's great.
That's good.
I know it's always kind of a slow start as we get the word
Yeah.
out.
But it's coming,
But it's coming along.
it's
and
coming along.
Our best benchmark.
Well, you know, let's face it, you've got a good person, Jamie,
Oh, absolutely.
drives that, and, very, you know, we're certainly glad that everything's moving along.
Yeah, for sure, and I know we're taking a lot of people to work, and that's, we were talking, outside, you know, that's a, you take public transit for anything, but if we can help people get to work and be self-sufficient, that's the main goal.
And, you know, that is really good in the fact that we're doing that, which is one of the things that we were looking at, one of the objectives. And then also too, is the fact that, Jamie indicated that maybe eventually there would be adding another shift
Yes,
and for, you know, after the evening time thing, so that would be nice too.
we always look at that, and again, what we'll ultimately find is, I assume what we found in Hancock County, and that is, we get more demand
Yeah,
than resources, but, you know, I think if we look at our Hancock County model, you know, we are always looking at continuous improvement and growth, and that won't be any different here in Hardin, so we'll always look for ways to, do more with the same level of resources. How good, you all had positive feedback in the community so far?
Yeah, so
so far, I've heard.
Well, more no comment or no feedback.
Yeah,
Well, that's good.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, that's usually good.
Hey, you were saying no news is good.
No news is good. Well, that is absolutely true in our world most of the time as
Yeah,
well, so.
but now I can tell by the number going by, that they're quite busy. Must be working or a need,
There's certainly a need.
they're not sitting idle.
And I just wanna comment too, while I have a chance to, thank your team at JFS. I know they're working hard to get those numbers
Yes.
up, which is a key. We need those, that NEMT, non-emergency, my acronyms, non-emergency Medicaid transportation contract, as you know, is vital to, drawing down the rural transit dollars from the federal government, so they've been great to work with, so pass that along to your team there.
Good. You know, one of the things that I think Commissioner Crowe asked last time, type of interview, and Jamie seemed to say it was like a quasi type of HHWP as far as public.
This is actually something that, one of our federal fund sources we've been haggling with, if you will. We are a private entity, we are not a public entity. Even the, Ohio Revised Code identifies community action agencies as private, not-for-profit entities. A lot of people confuse us as a quasi-government organization just due to the fact that the vast majority of our funding is federal grants. So, you know, if you compare us to a typical nonprofit, most nonprofits don't rely to the extent that we do on federal grants. There's a lot more public donations and contributions from the general public. That's something we don't actually do a whole lot of at all, is ask for donations from the general public. Our business is mostly focused on how do we acquire and efficiently administer federal, state, and local grant dollars. We're technically a 501c3.
Okay,
Yeah,
5013, okay.
C3, yeah. And that's something I've been exchanging some communication with the, prosecutor's office on.
Oh, okay.
They're asking.
Okay.
So.
I don't have any question. So far, it seems to be rolling along.
Figuratively and literally, right? No, I'll say what I say in all of our meetings, and that is, if we you all need any help with anything related to social services or anti-poverty efforts or the administration of federal grants, don't hesitate to give us a call. I mean, we'll help wherever.
Good resource.
Yeah, we'll help wherever we can, and, thanks for being such a good partner.
Is there, I guess my one question, usually is my question,
Yeah.
is, the second shift workers? I know it's down the road or as
Yeah.
you develop, but you plan on having a second shift hopefully, or farther into the evening maybe. When's your cutoff time now?
Oh, man, I don't wanna give you misinformation because it's different in the other two counties, and
Okay.
I should know
Well, that's
that.
okay.
but
Well,
I
get
can
back to me.
I can
Yeah,
back
you
on
can find that out,
Sure.
get back to me currently, but I think talking to your transportation director, for lack of a better word,
Yeah, that's it.
he was hoping it would grow, and with it growing, then that would, as you get buses and drivers and need, it would grow. So that's what we're really hoping for, because we have a lot of second shift, I think, needs transportation.
I think we have that, and, by the way, I could talk probably for the next 3 hours about transportation, so I don't mean to
Yeah,
keep
we
going.
don't have 3 hours.
Well, I know that.
Not here anyway.
Right, right. Well, they're waiting for me back at the
At
office.
least not in this half hour, but, yeah. But
There's
no,
a-
that's, guess what usually,
Yeah.
just keep that in the middle.
Yeah, we certainly will.
That's one of our goals in the county.
And this is really, for lack of better terms, pie in the sky, but I also know that at kind of more of a regional or federal level, there's plans for some type of regional transportation, that runs through this area. Particularly, I think I saw something recently, and please, this might not be 100% correct, I'm kind of going off the top of my head, but looking at some type of fixed route or train from Chicago to Columbus of some sort. I've seen ODOT has plans for that, and if that's the case, that's the type of thing that we would be involved with a possible regional transit hub in the area, so that again is completely pie in the sky.
Way down the road, yeah,
But to the point of, we're always looking at ways, we're not just satisfied with the fact, oh, hey, we got public transit in Hardin County, we're good to go now. It's part of our values of an organization is really focusing on continuous improvement, and we always look for ways to do more to serve our mission to reduce poverty and improve people's lives.
Probably 2 years ago in transportation, nobody ever thought Kenton would have a turnabout.
Yeah.
Eventually, that's gonna happen, or a turnaround, or whatever. So,
Yeah, so there's a lot of
how
opportunity.
transportation can change.
Yeah, well, it's probably,
With ODOT and everybody else, the high-speed rail,
yeah,
there's talk of that through here. So-
yeah.
But that's been talked about a long time,
Yeah.
but that didn't go, for lack of a better word, it didn't go away, it didn't fade away, it's still active.
Yeah.
That's higher politics.
That's right, above our pay grade, right?
So, but it sounds like it would come through Canada.
Yeah, that's what
Come
I'm,
through Hardin County, I should say.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all I had.
All right, well, thank you again.
Good.
for-
Thank you for the information too. Private entity, we'll make sure.
Oh, yeah,
Okay. That sounds good.
yeah, for sure. Well, and I'll tell you, if they wanna make us a public entity, we'd be happy to get our staff signed up for the Ohio Public Employees Retirement System. Because we don't qualify for that, so, but we would like to. We might agree to be a
I'm
public.
sure it'll
entity.
stay private.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, thanks.
Okay.
thanks so much, I
Thank you.
appreciate it, appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
See you. Thanks.
Send your card.
I think, this is my, my link to my YouTube video that I'm
There
gonna
we
be
go.
famous on.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Thanks.
You can be a star.
It's nice meeting you, thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
Good to see you, Josh.
Thank you.
Quick question, Fred. Fred, quick question about the the minivan for CATS transportation, is that still an ongoing talk?
The what now?
The minivan for CATS transportation, that,
Still looking at that.
still looking into it? Alright, like, is that like a discussion that needs to be made with the prosecutor's office or something like that?
I think so.
Okay. Alright, thank you.
Fred, I'm gonna take a quick break. We got 15 minutes before Dionne.
No.
Finish.
Just an FYI, we'll probably be going into several executive sessions. People, so just let me know.
For the health department.
For health department and Judge Santo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what you guys are doing at the wellness lunch and learn?
Talking about burnout and mindfulness
Oh, okay,
is the topic.
okay.
That's over at the vet's hall, and
Yeah.
Who's the speaker?
that's not in here.
Oh, no, that's just something I got from a game store up in Harvey Brothers. I needed it for storage, and I just went with that. Where was I? Oh yeah, who's the guest speaker for that?
Gell?
Gail
Rick Gell.
Brick?
Rick.
Rick.
Gell, G-E-H-L, from Ohio Health, gonna talk about burnout and mindfulness.
Tori.
Mhm.
So I was out looking for the legal notices, and I thought you had you had more legal notices than what's out there now. There's only like 2 out there right now.
On the website?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only the current ones, so when, like, the legal notices that I post are normally for the bids,
Oh,
the
okay.
bid opening, and so when that's over, then they come down.
Oh,
So there's only 2 active
okay.
right now.
That makes sense.
Should be the Warpo,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the Children's Services MOU on there or something. Those are the permanent ones that stay.
Very good.
Are you ready, Tori?
I am. Well, we need Tim.
We need Tim, yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I'm Jill.
I'm Tori.
And I heard your name.
I've heard your name, so I'm good to put a face to
Hi,
the
good
name.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, dear. You're welcome. Is Roger gonna be here? Roger gonna be here?
He is on vacation.
Oh, he is, okay.
He is on vacation for the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we'll wait for Tim.
Yep.
Can I ask you, because while we're waiting, Dara, what's your title?
I'm the Board of Health President. But I'm not on an island. I have 7 other good board members that support us.
And your name?
Amanda Poppy, P-O-P-P-E,
And your title?
the Director of Nursing.
That's a crazy night. Literally with to meet you. So funny. What's your title?
Interim Health Commissioner / Municipal Officer.
It was only trying to write for, thank you.
That's got it. My husband with our 3-year-old grandson and contractor in there working in the house. And our 4-year-old will be getting off the bus here in about half an hour, so. Yeah. The boys are good.
Tim's having a little bit of a problem with the tooth.
Oh,
He was in late last time.
Yeah.
And
So I think he's trying to make a little bit of
unfortunately not, doesn't feel like it's fixed yet.
cute shoes.
Oh, thank you. They want to work out ones with my husband's like, you don't need more tennis shoes on your dad. I want to learn to work, but I want your tennis shoes.
Mary Lynn.
Should I pull that tooth for you?
All right, I'm here.
Yeah, we're glad to hear that.
Anyway, welcome everybody.
Thank you.
Glad that you are here. Just to let you know too, we do have members of the press, and then also too, we have a person who is doing videotaping on our sessions. And are you familiar with everybody else? Michelle Wallace, Joe Sherman,
Hello.
Tori,
Yes.
and Alex.
He comes to
Alan Keller on WKT. or-
No,
I
Ken
said-
Thomas, wrong organization.
I know, I
You're not
said-
making any brownie points.
Just teasing.
No, I know Dionne because she worked with my
Kenton
mother.
Times, the best paper we have. Hardin County. I subscribe to it.
Okay. Alright, we have a couple items. The first one is we have a newly confirmed TB case. This involves an indigent patient. Got confirmation on Friday, that there is no insurance payer. Per the
Is this
ORC,
something that we need to go into executive session because of the nature of the case?
If you feel comfortable in doing that, we can do that.
Since.
Let's see, 5. I move we go into executive session.
Yeah. We weren't gonna mention names, but it, you know, we're a small community, so.
Under code 121.22G5.
Which is what is that? What is that? Stop while you're going to.
Yeah, just hang on, we got some procedure.
Okay.
And I will make that motion.
Roll call, Tim,
Yes.
Fred,
Yes.
time,
12:35.
10:35.
Or 2:10, geez, I don't know.
And what is G5, Tim?
I'm sorry?
What is G5?
Hang on. I want to get the exact thing. It is matters required to be confidential by law.
Which would be HIP,
Mainly HIP
yeah, HIP related.
in this particular case.
Right there. But you could do it without violating HIPAA if you wanted.
No, because the subject we have is HIPAA.
Yeah.
So if you have other items, go ahead.
we just wanted an update on our funding request that we submitted last week,
The total amount was,
14,000, it's over
14,000. We're, I'll be honest with you, we're doing a review of everything, and we'll take another look at that. Was that one that you had paid?
Yes.
And if we recall, we had an issue with paying, so we more than likely would like to see things where you have a bill, and then we would pay the bill.
The second request was if you would allow us to use Hardin Hills for our drive-through flu vaccine clinic we're trying to do for the community. We had tried to do the fairgrounds, but they were booked that day, and so we thought Hardin Hills, it would be a good location, good entrance and exit, traffic flow. We would just need somebody to unlock the building for us to use bathrooms if people coming through need to use the bathroom. But we would set up like under the canopy outside.
That's October 19th.
So not inside the building.
No, just outside.
We do have
Inside
other
the
buildings
drive-thru.
out there that could probably use, or, shelter house, I guess they'd call it, a picnic shelter house.
Oh, okay.
But we try to not have them get out of their cars.
And the bathroom uses is more for staff, not usually those
People
going
driving
drive through.
That was, why we call it drive-through, so we just give it to her in line with vehicles.
Oh, we have plenty of drive-through, I think you'd have to get with Sharon Houston, the director out there, but not in the building, I mean, Hardin Hill, what everybody thinks is considered Hardin Hill.
Right.
But they're, yeah, on the grounds or in any of the other buildings, yes.
Okay.
Typically, we do it underneath the garage area, at North Annex.
Right.
But due to construction and the smoke, the alley kind of being blocked off with one smokehouse, we decided to search for alternate
Plenty
location
of
this year.
off-road out there from the line up, that would be a great area, so. But, yeah, get with her as far as, but,
She's still out at the building?
yes,
Okay.
they're there first shift, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Should be out there right now.
So we have your blessing if she says it's okay, or you got?
Well, you have mine, so you got 2 out of 3.
It's just outside.
Yes, yes.
Just outside.
And only, like she said,
What date will it be?
October 19th, 9 a.m. to noon.
Yep.
is what we're shooting
That's
for.
before the alternate.
that's Saturday. Non-OSU football game.
That's good.
It's a bye week.
Now, get with her with the date,
Okay,
so she knows that on a weekend, they typically won't be there. If you're not using the building, that's where they are at. So, yeah, we can
okay,
make it happen.
perfect. Thank
So
you.
if you need security or whatever, we'll give it to sheriff's office, or you can
Okay,
have security as far as patrol or
Sure.
people in and all. That would be ideal as far as
Yeah.
the blacktop. is
Yes.
concerned.
yeah.
Plus, you know,
2 ways in off 309 and one off of, one of
this, traffic here, if they come on underneath the building over there and try to get on this, we would back everything off.
Why don't you go out there and drive around?
Yeah, that would be great, if
Stop,
we did
let her
it.
know that you're there, but there are several buildings, some our buses are in from out there that will be going to other departments, so
Yeah, you
that
guys can
building
drop
will
low.
be empty.
Okay,
And there's
Okay.
a building behind it that's completely empty, it's like an old, long
okay.
building, but you probably use
Can you
it.
drive through it?
Yeah, I think there's a wall in the middle. You could drive in and drive out, but
Okay,
well,
We
you
might
might
want
be
to-
able to go halfway and then out another corner.
Yeah, just go see.
okay,
And while you're out there, you can just talk to her.
sure, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Beautiful day.
Have an awesome day.
Thank you, you too.
This just. Hey, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Take care.
No, I did call
I
her.
was looking around that just came through in regards to our
Can you
11
make a
o'clock
copy
meeting.
for
We're
that?
But she doesn't, she has.
Or a copy, 2 copies.
All right, perfect, thank you.
Brad, we're missing the Hardin County I-team meeting at the safety center.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Come on in, Your Honor. That's a plural, come up front. Get-
Well, can we? We got.
That's up to
Yeah,
you.
okay.
Do you wanna be on
Yeah, I don't,
camera?
it doesn't matter.
You're the judge.
This is,
Do you want to know if I am being recorded?
yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Michelle Love is
Am I being recorded?
You are.
Okay.
I will be recording here in a momentarily, but basically, yes.
I don't intend to say anything to embarrass myself, even though I have those tendencies by nature, but I would like to know
And we were about ready to tell you that too.
that I embarrass myself regularly.
Well, and I apologize that our backs are to you, but
Oh, it's,
I have 2 issues. One, if we have time, I would like to go into executive session, but the reason I asked to come today was concerning the public defender issue. My understanding, contacted by Kenny Sturgeon, who runs the Allen County office. He's already talked to Judge Christopher. He told me that he's talked to the commissioners. And I just wanted to let you guys know some stuff in my conversations with him, because he was appointed to appear before a committee for the legislature. Since we have different angles, and I know, I'm sure in talking to the commissioners, they're talking about how much money we can save the county instead of doing it the way we're doing it. I want you to know, in my court, they will be doing no children's services cases, of which in every one of those we need 4 to 6 attorneys. They will be doing no contempt of court in the child support cases, no private contempt of court, and the reason you get an attorney there is because it's a jailable offense. They will be doing no drug court representation, which we already have a contract with the state public defender for Mark Schwimmer for hourly rate. They will not be doing that. He doesn't know, and obviously there's conflict cases, which you will run into. He doesn't know how it'll work, because the way he explained it to me was, if they could come to an arrangement with the commissioners, it would be at a lesser hourly rate than what we pay the court appointees, because it's supposed to be kind of a guarantee to that attorney, more money, more cases, and to us, a guarantee of an attorney. But he doesn't know how this works, because I said, well, if the state goes across the board and says, okay, we're gonna reduce that $75 an hour now to $45 an hour because we're gonna give you a PD, I said, all of our attorneys except for Mark Schwimmer come from out of county, and they graciously come at $75 an hour. If the state drops it, we'll have no attorneys. And I don't know what, so I just wanted to sort of let you know from what he told me, that they would only be handling the delinquency, which is misdemeanor and felony cases. And as Judge Christopher can vouch for me, so to speak, the children's services cases is like I said, we need 4 to 6 attorneys, whether they're a guardian or an attorney on them.
What they're
daily.
covering is gonna be what, 10 to 20% at most of your total expense for a court. So it's not gonna, financially, it's not gonna help the commissioners much when they come in her court. It'll be some, but not a lot.
A little bit, but 10 to 20%.
Maximum.
So I just wanted you to know, and I understand, and I think we both understand, as I told Mr. Sturgill, I understand if the legislature decides with the Supreme Court and the public defender's office out of Columbus that this is what it's gonna be, we're gonna be under a mandate. And but I wanted you guys to know that you will still see bills and lots of bills from my court because of but he said he would bring all these issues to them to say, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna have to somehow figure out how you're gonna cover all of this. And then you raised some other issues with him that deal with your situation a little different.
So to me, just in hear what you're saying, that the benefit received doesn't equate to the dollar amount that would be expended.
I don't think so, it may, but I didn't want it put to you as the commissioners how much money this was gonna save the county without knowing that behind the scenes, it's very possibly not gonna save the county the kind of money that the state might be selling it to that. That's the nicest way I could put it.
Yeah.
Now, when I talked to Mr. Sturgill, and the judge and I are on the same page with this, I made it very plain, I was not interested in having a public defender come to Hardin County unless they were going to be dedicated to Hardin County, and here's the reason why. Number one, there's history. You guys should know that every time that we have got stuck in a multi-county type of district, we usually end up with the short end of the sticks or the crumb falling from the table financially. Number two, the bulk of the work, if they are in an Allen County PD's office, is going to be in Allen
It's
County.
gonna be there.
And
Allen County sounds like it's where they're gonna be housed at, too.
well, and here's what you're gonna run into. It's gonna be, oh no, I'm not available that day, I'm in Allen County, I'm not available that day, I'm not available that day. Now, I have what's called a speedy trial. Defendants charged with crime, they have a right to a speedy trial. You don't bring them to trial within that period, that case is dropped. It doesn't matter whether it's a murder or a minor misdemeanor, there's a timeline, and if you don't meet that, it gets dropped. Now, there can be extenuating circumstances where that can be extended, but you can't do that in every case. And the judge has even stricter timelines than I do. They're drop dead timelines in her JFS cases, which apparently they're not gonna help her out on in the first place, but even if they would later come in and do that, she can't extenuate that by much, and only on rare circumstances. So, saying, oh, well, sorry, Judge, I'm in Allen County, that isn't gonna help us. So that's number one, is I only would agree to it, and that Judge Santo would only agree to it if they're sending someone over and that person is gonna be dedicated solely to Hardin County.
Including muni court.
Yes,
Yeah,
all three
not-
courts. So that's number one. Number two, I've got a big concern about the money, because they're gonna charge you. I don't know how they're gonna charge you. But it's important that you guys understand how they're going to charge you, or you're gonna lose money. If they say, okay, we're gonna send somebody over, they're gonna be dedicated solely to Hardin County, and we expect you guys, as the county commissioners, to reimburse the Lima PD's office at the same rate you're paying for our out-of-county people to come down, that's fine, and that's fair. But they could say, look, we're going to charge you, basically, if we pay this Allen County person dedicated to here, a percentage of what it costs us to run our office, you guys are gonna come out on the losing end of the stick. Because, and I was on the original committee in Hancock County when they adopted their public defender's office. And I was the lone voice, you can tell how much they listened to me because they got one. I tried to tell them, guys, you are going to lose money. Right now, you're paying, and I don't remember what it was then, but you're paying $75 an hour for an attorney to come down and be in court. An attorney cannot run an office for $75 an hour. And I tried to tell them, look, you're gonna go in the hole first year out, because now you're gonna be paying office space, utilities, malpractice insurance, secretarial, everything that it costs to run an office, tax withholding, unemployment.
PRS and all that.
PRS, everything.
Employee.
Yeah, you're gonna be paying all that. And there was a judge, there's damn judges, who wanted it, so they listened to the judge, they got it back. First year out, they went in the hole over what they were paying with the old court-appointed counsel system. Because the attorney is bearing all those expenses that you're not paying. You're getting $75 an hour, you're out of it. So it's gonna be very important.
Conflict cases that they have.
Yeah, well, they still, the PD's office only covers a minority of the cases, because every JFS case, you need like 4 or 5 attorneys. Their office can only handle one. Anytime that, say, Judge and I go out together and commit a crime, we need 2 lawyers appointed to represent us. The same office can't represent both of us, because if there's a deal cut where I get a better deal, but I roll over and implicate her, that office can't say, okay, I'm screwing one client to help another. So you need 2 separate offices. So you have a large number of the crimes in this county where there are co-defendants. You're still gonna need court-appointed counsel for those. You need them for every JFS case, you need multiples of them. So you're really only getting 1 lawyer for 1 client in each case, and the rest of it, you're still gonna have to hire attorneys who are independent from PD's office. So it's very important that you guys find out how our county is going to be charged for this service, and what control you are going to have over it as commissioners. We as judges only agreed to back this if we had someone coming over dedicated to our courts. You guys are gonna have to be watchful and only agree to it if you're going to be charged in a manner that's not going to actually end up costing you $150 an hour instead of 75. So and the judges will be available to talk to you guys about this at any time, consult, but we can't make that decision. It's a contract you'll be doing without us. But you just really need to be careful of that. You're gonna end up going in a hole, getting less service for more money.
And one other thing he brought up, that they're considering if it's, instead of doing it the way Allen County would do it, that we would get them, is the state's considering maybe do regional offices like they did, I don't know, in the last 10 or 15 years when they changed the legal aid to regional. And I told him I was totally against that. I would not support it because ever since they did that, and it's Northwest Ohio, we get absolutely no services from them. None. So I said, all they do is use us, our numbers, for whatever.
Do we pay into that?
I don't know, but the
We
state.
don't get anything out of it, why are we paying?
That's somebody above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who, I mean, legal aid, I mean, I'm sure tax dollars wise, cause that's, state, but it used to be counties and then
Okay.
it went regional and we're in Northwest Ohio region and,
So you don't get any service from this?
Nope.
Either one of them,
No, none of the three of us.
or three of them? I'm sorry, thanks for your correction.
so I told him I would not support, I mean, if the state mandates it, we're stuck, but I said,
I don't mean to interrupt.
No.
Why isn't the third one here?
That is not something we are in control of. We can't speak to
Okay.
that.
well, in all fairness, I set up the appointment and I don't believe that they contacted Judge Grimsley. I said if Judge Christopher's available because he knows about the children's services and what else comes from my end, we both acknowledge Greg needs them for pretty much everybody. I mean, I'm not gonna say occasionally somebody needs to come in and hire an attorney, but the bulk of his cases, it's court appointed cases, so,
Judge Grimsley over at this meeting?
I don't know, he
This wasn't a meeting, with me at least, it was a
Me
phone conference.
yeah, we had a phone conference.
The reason I'm asking
Yeah.
is he's
Good point.
always coming in saying we don't include him on anything.
Oh, okay.
And every time we meet with you two, he doesn't get invited, so I'm trying to make this fair.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
I
we're
don't
speaking
know.
up for his behalf in
Yeah,
this particular
yeah.
instance.
Clearly.
So
That
you're
was-
speaking
Oh,
for his
clearly.
board.
I mean,
Okay.
not that I spoke to him, but he'd have no reason to disagree with what we're saying. My understanding from talking to Mr. Sturgill, who runs the Allen County office, he was going to talk to the 3 judges in our county and talk, I don't know if he was gonna talk to each one of you individually. He plans on coming to do a presentation, and then he's gonna present our concerns to this committee in Columbus that he was appointed to sit on.
Can I ask another question, kind of related? If we're considering this pot and the local counties wanted us to hire lawyers, how do those two compare and where's?
You will, in
Your
my-
advice, which ones should we put our funding in?
Okay, you're going to be so short of attorneys here, that you really need both, and you're still going to be short of attorneys, for starters. I personally think probably you're gonna get more bang for the buck in the long run from the local one. That's just my opinion, but that does depend a lot on how they, in Lima or regional, charge you guys. And since we don't know the answer to that, I can't say for sure. But with the local one, you're gonna have a capped commitment. You're gonna fund this for 3 years
Right.
or whatever. And the other big benefit to them is coming from the state as far as the loan forgiveness, which we locally aren't funding. And then you're gonna have an attorney hopefully who's here for life. Whereas with them, we're gonna be the little county, and you won't be able to control, how much service you're getting. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you may get more, you may have none. And you're going to have to negotiate with them what you're paying. And we don't know what that is gonna be. We can try to be helpful to you guys when you get questions, but ultimately, you guys are gonna have to negotiate that. And my sense of things in the long run, that will be much more expensive. But here's our situation. I don't know what you've got. I'm down to either 4 or 5 lawyers. One just cut back to part-time because she took a job with the Van Wert PD's office part-time. And I know she works in your court, Elizabeth works in your court too, and she will be completely gone potentially next year because a friend of hers is running for prosecutor in Defiance County, and if he wins, she has many years as a prosecutor, she's gonna go be a prosecutor. So she's one of my most experienced, she does my murder cases for me, she's gonna be gone. Probably. Eddie Bibler, who's a local Hardin County boy from Mount Victory. We just lost him because he took a job with the Morrow County Prosecutor's Office. So, you know, we've got like 5, and we just lost 1.5 and probably 2 come early next year. We're hurt. And this will impact when cases start getting thrown out because we don't have lawyers. We can't go forward without a lawyer. She has a permanent custody case. We're talking about a badly abused child who should be permanently taken away, and you can't find a lawyer.
Plus, on the felony cases, whether in juvenile court or in criminal court, the Supreme Court has set guidelines. So the new attorney out of law school cannot do felonies. So you
We
could
gotta
have
train them up.
issues. Well, but I mean, they have to, have so
It'll
many
take
years
time.
of doing, X amount of misdemeanors and stuff. So that's a problem. I'm thinking Howard's, but he's aging out. I mean, the ones who can do the more severe felonies are also aging out too. If they're not leaving, they're getting real close to just saying we're retiring. So yeah, it's a problem. And I just wanted to come to the attention because I was concerned that the state's gonna come back to the commissioners to say, hey, sign this contract. And I don't know if they were gonna, it was all gonna lay out what they were not gonna cover. And to say, we're still gonna have some serious court-appointed money, and then if the state cuts reimbursement back to the counties, which I know they've done before, the county's still gonna foot the bill.
So again, the 2 things that I'm taking away from this is one is that on your side, you want to make sure that whatever would potentially come, that there's a person dedicated to Hardin County. Number 2 is that you're letting us know that what we need to do on the commissioner's side is to understand thoroughly how we were going to be charged. Because if
Could end up costing you more.
It could cost us potentially more. Those are the 2 main things.
Amazing.
I got a couple questions too, if you're done. But, over at your meeting, if we hire a county-wise lawyer through the commissioner's office, we cannot reimburse indigent defense. If this group over here, is that $75 an hour gonna be allowed to reimburse indigent defense state? Or may make up the difference, because here it's,
That will not be decided at this level.
okay.
They're gonna, they will decide that at the Columbus level.
Yeah.
And we don't know the answer to that.
And I don't know if it's a fair question to ask. Paying $55 an hour, and I'm just using numbers. And over there, you're getting $75 an hour lawyer. How does that compare defense-wise? Might get a better lawyer.
Theoretically, it makes no difference.
Right.
We all know there's a difference in lawyers, just like there is doctors or accountants or school teachers, And the judges, we both try to match, if we get a serious case,
Sure.
permanent custody, which is kind of death penalty for parents, or, you know, a rape or a murder, you know, I'm not gonna appoint, she's not gonna appoint someone who isn't up to the job. But when you got a public defender, it's the same thing. Some of them are pretty good, some of them are, you know, I mean, they're lawyers, they come in levels.
People drive good, some people don't.
Exactly.
But they're all certified. You all got a driver's license.
Unfortunately, some of our better ones we're gonna lose, you know, Elizabeth is now
Yeah.
part-time, and Howard Elliott, who, you know, that's who Judge Santo was referring to. Howard used to rent office space off me, so I know Howard very well. Howard is, I think, about 68 years old. He ain't gonna be around forever.
Right. Okay, well, I appreciate all of this.
You said, be very careful in the money.
Yeah, that's what
or
I'm
you're gonna
thinking.
come
There's a
out
lot of
worse.
side angles here, and like you said, be careful what the state tells you, first, how this is gonna work.
One thing you definitely want to stay away from, if you can, if it's not mandated, is they open an office here. You don't want that, because now you've got all the overhead.
That's right.
Liability, insurance.
Yeah, I'll put that down somewhere for you.
Right, that's.
It's kinda like the Mumbai County. Great deal being. Let me put it that way.
Well, you know, your costs are somewhat fixed in that you know for budgeting purposes every year what you're paying for that.
Correct.
And you have an office over here, and, you know, there's a plumbing leak, or the pipes freeze, you got a bunch of damage. That's not in your budget, you didn't anticipate that extra $15,000 repair bill, but it's your office, you're on the hook for it. Or you have a workers' comp claim, or an unemployment claim that you weren't anticipating, or anything that exists.
Overhead.
Yeah, you got the overhead.
Gets over it, yeah.
So I'm done on that topic, I don't know where you are, I know you're behind, and the
Okay,
other.
now we got plenty of time.
Oh. The
So
other.
you need an executive session?
Yeah,
Need me and the rest of us to leave then?
What the judge is saying?
he's welcome, it's, you know, I don't
Or
have
you
a
can
problem, I don't
leave.
know how that works with your
Sounds
rules,
like
but he's welcome.
your choice.
Well, why don't we wait a minute when everybody else is gone, see what it is, if it's something that I can be helpful with, I'll stay, if it's not, it doesn't involve me at all.
What else is it?
I move we go into executive session for RC 121.22E1.
And I will second.
That is personnel matters.
Yes.
Judge. Court.
Roll call, Fred,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
time,
Time, 11:37.
Have to do with your staff, or if I can be helpful to you, I'll stay, otherwise.
Welcome back.
You voted?
no
That's all right.
votes, just right now, the WIBO contract or the HVAC upgrade warranty, we were waiting on Katie to give the
Ah.
okay that they could sign it this morning,
Okay,
so,
so not the executive session vote?
no
just-
action on it.
all right.
All right, Fred, what's next?
Let's see.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to lunch and learn.
We got training next week. You can go to lunch, I think we got training next week. On the spot burnout, boy, that'd be something.
Yeah, are you guys supposed to be
Yeah.
in the safety center?
I think that's over.
No, the ones at Safety Center is
Start at 11.
Hardin County I-Team. I have down here Rich next door.
Rich?
Yep.
That's the how to spot burnout training. Mindfulness and how to spot burnout.
Mindfulness Chris or?
We're late for that one over there.
Yeah, he's presenting right now.
He's doing that right now,
Correct, he started at 11:30.
so I can go for cover that.
I'm gonna break for lunch then, well, I can go over too.
Yeah.
I mean, we were invited and we're not
We were
taking
invited.
any action, so
We
we
should.
should, so. Let's go over and listen.
Tori, I'm gonna give you this one.
Okay. I need all of the big box still.
What's that?
I need the whole entire big box.
I haven't signed it
Okay.
yet.
So
Haven't
you just
had
want,
time.
Fred, if you just wanna put it in that box, I'll sign
I'll
it.
do it that way.
Box of it. But it's not signed by me yet. so. Right there.
Are you guys coming back after lunch?
I am.
Yeah, but we don't have anything on the agenda.
Yeah, we don't have anything for after this year.
Want to get a cup of coffee out here, and then go over there. You can go on over if you want, or you.
I'm gonna do it.
Alright.
What time is that where Deb is at the training? Do you know what time that's to be over? Or what time she'll be back in the office?
I'm not sure, one maybe, cause she runs the wellness, so whatever her and, Amy do.
Are you able to get my records request today, or you want me to wait till she comes back?
Yeah, it'd be better if we waited for a non-meeting day. We were like, not trying to do all of our stuff, like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Is that what you guys coordinated with Katie?
I
Cause when
don't
I,
coordinate with anything, I'm just telling you right now, like my personal opinion, because this is our office that we try to get work done in. Tuesdays and Thursdays are really crazy for us, especially when we have extra things going on. So to do our normal work and then to jump on your request right away is, you know, sometimes not okay.
I'll let you figure that out with Katie, and then I'll be back at 1 o'clock to talk to Deb.
Go for it.
I mean, you weren't here, so we've had previous conversations about the matter, so. That's okay. It's gonna be okay.